Yeah.
Do you remember chilling at your past crib, the familiar four walls, with pictures pinned up and posters of old interests, written in a line like a scripture, down to the floor, underfoot, worn carpet or scratched hardwood boards? Proof of past walks from years back. Fossils now from the foundations of our future forms. So, lying in your childhood's bed, the view is, has, and always will be the same. Above the bed hangs a singular thread. Once a dream catcher, too small, shit got torn to shreds by aggressive dreams and thrashing thoughts. A reflection. From then to now. Now I've been gone for 4 months or 1 season. 3 blocks under my belt, while 7 or so academic cards my fellow first years have been dealt. And I see the change. I see the change. I've seen questioning uncertainty turn to casual confidence. I've seen cornerstone classmates drink concentration blocks with genuine thirst and dry throats. Watered down interest poured out with fall showers and spring rains. Reins of parental control seem to slack, and kids' freed spirits take off on horses bareback. And while the eldest of our students near the exit door, questions now answered, they still hunger for more. Life gifts. Now my personal presence in a public place. The hospital gown hangs from shoulders to torso, a row of 22 shiny staples exposed. Going through odd skin colors towards swollen toes. Fluorescent light bulbs, too bright. Pupils don't dilate on their own accord. IV drips, drop beats of rhythm, and I flow back, opiate-assisted sleep. And the last sight I see in the polished railing is a distorted image of me. Then my eyes roll back and I look behind my face to the water weight that makes my mind matter, that saturates soul. And I search for fingerprints of family, friends, new and old, and all those hands that help bring doubt from the decisions that have led me here, pooled in this depression. Not an emotional state, instead a reverse topographic convection, or simply put, a bowl where water settles and creates a temporary reflection. Unlucky, unfortunate, unfair, but I'm the one sorry to hear 3 unnecessary words humming with negativity, and I start mumbling through similar sounding verbs like shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's easy to make mistakes and flip to autopilot, but I elevate the thought plane to manual controls. Because the worst miss is when you don't lay claim to your steak, raw meat, met at different destinations with bloody grins, stranded by the tail spins, absorb the impact of crash landing sites, because when your life is safe, then you can mourn the dead and look at the pieces of shiny debris, remembering the benefit of reflection is for looking ahead. So sometimes it seems the solution to big world problems is a parked car with a license plate that reads creative innovation. Can we seize the pistons and combustion engines and instead be fueled by images of future families, or the idea of begging for amends at the pearly gates of our eminent ends? Death's open mouth. Appreciate. Inhale. And then continue regurgitating learned lessons. Like Mom's always told me, son, look both ways before crossing the road. And then I pass it on to my niece, because sharing knowledge is nice. And to be assured, if online, I'd tell you to tweet this piece twice. Social commodification, bought and sold, toad, frog, pop topics to West Sahotan, medicine man. Kneecap was his name, a native to northern BC. Inside a homemade sweat lodge, this elder smashed the crater into the meteor, the voice, burning through the layers of his ancestors' time, now bouncing back and forth in my mind. The statement, we're not landowners, rather caretakers and guides. We need the natural world for our kids, instead of overindulging in vices and greed like pirates and a bunch of skids. We continued our conversation of spirit animals, badgers and hawks. And as he turned liquid to steam on glowing rocks, guilt swelled up and poured out my pores and into the dark. Light replaced with vision. And as we prayed in 4 directions, first to the east for everything untouchable like education, community, love, and time. Second to the south for sisters and all female kinds. Next to the west for the men, cousins, uncles, fathers, and brothers of my homely sign. And lastly, finally forth, we reflect honestly within, but pray to the north. And that is when Kneecap looked through any self-claimed wealth and told me, Andrew, my son, the hardest person to forgive is yourself.